Well, hello everyone and welcome to my review of One Deck Dungeons. So let us begin, shall we? So this is the rule book, and this is actually the version 1.0 version, that is. I get more into that later. This is the rules itself. There's it's almost about half the book, really. It's quite simple. Hit enemies, deal with perils, aka traps, get skills, items, experience points, etc, etc. So it gives you all the rules right here. It's pretty simple. You have a campaign mode and 4-player rules. 4-player rules is that you have to have 2 of the One Deck Dungeon boxes, whether it's the core game and or expansions. So that's quite nice. It is a 1 to 2 player game, but if you want 4 players, then you need to have 2 boxes. And it's nice that they added a campaign mode as well, which I'll go into that later. This is the second part of the rule book, which is the rule reference section. Now, I found that some of these rules through the rules itself didn't quite explain things as well as the reference section itself. So if you do get this game, I'd recommend actually reading both the rules and the reference section itself, just because it can be a little bit more simpler. Well, actually, this is the more simpler version, as it were. In fact, I actually found that the rules were explained easier than the reference itself. So yeah, so there you have it. And a few FAQ right at the very back. Great. So you get 5 characters in this box. In fact, it was going to be 4, and the 5th one was going to be a Kickstarter exclusive, but they decided, no, we'll just put the 5th one in all boxes, which I think is a great idea. So we have the Archer, which is in between speed and average kind of melee attack and magic attack. Have some decent skills. Have the Rogue, which is all about, well, speed. The Warrior, which is all about, okay, stop doing that. The Strength. The Mage, which is all about, well, if you go on the one player side, all about, yeah, strength. No, it's not, it's actually magic. And the Paladin, which was going to be the Kickstarter exclusive hero, but not anymore. Which I quite like the Paladin. And they have 1p on one side, which means 1 player. So if you're just playing with 1 player, you use this side. And on the other side, which is 2p, which is 2 player, and you use this for the 2 player game, 2 or 4 player. It's not a 3 player, so you only have 1 player, 2 player, or 4 player. So yeah, and the stats are different for 2 player because you combine your dice, and well, that's really the totals that you need to get. Speaking of, you get a whole bunch of dice with this. So you have the yellow ones for like the melee types, you've got the pink ones for speed types, blue ones for magic, and black ones for heroic, which they're a little bit more special. You get a whole bunch of dice. What happens is when you pick your character, whether it's 1 player or 2, you grab your dice, which these are your dice. So with the Paladin, you get 3 yellow, 1 pink, and 3 blue. Get rid of the rest. And that's going to be your dice to deal with well, monsters and perils. Which, if you take a look, this is a monster. It's a skeleton. And what you do, pick up these dice, roll it, and you start putting the dice on. So here you go, you can put a 5 on there, put a 3 on there. what it is like you need to put the dice on these numbers, whether it's the same amount or higher. So, like I said, there's those two filled in. We have a 5 right here, which we can put right there. We have a 3 right here. Now, I do not have a yellow 6 or a pink 5, unfortunately. So what would happen is that, well, I'll take these, well, what it is 1 damage and 2 time. We'll get into that later. And well, then I'll take the card. It's quite simple. There you go. This is a harder enemy, that is. A much harder enemy. And perils, aka like traps and all that stuff. There you go, like a cave-in. What happens is you pick one, and you, instead of rolling all dice, you actually pick just the colour. So I think with this it'll be quite simple going with the melee type. So dismantle it, done. Absolutely done. And a harder peril, which is a boulder. I don't know if my camera can actually see all that well. It should be fine. It is a little bit more harder. So that's how you actually deal with the cards. In fact, that's where the dungeon comes from. So what it is, you draw 4, and that's your doors. When it comes down to time, you keep doing this until you get to the bottom, and then you'll find some stairs. It's a good idea to go down them, otherwise if you don't, you're going to be taking damage, and that's not a good thing because you can die kind of quickly. And that's where potions come in. Potions, mainly from this healing potion, which well, it lets you heal 3 at the start of a turn, or 2 damage at any time. So if you're about to die, you take the potion and well, you're still alive. Yeah, what else do I need to explain? Well, apart from that, you do get some cubes. The red ones for your health, the white ones are potions, and you also, well, you fight a boss at the end of a dungeon. That's right, a dungeon. You get 2, 3, 4, 5 dungeons, and each one is a boss. Minotaur, Lich, Dragon, Yeti and Hydra. And these are very, very scary. They could actually just annihilate you if you don't have a lot of health left. And if you don't have a lot of dice, you could be struggling. But it is possible to beat them, even though that they can be quite difficult. It also comes with these cards, the basic skill cards, which is for, here you go, the campaign. Yay! So you have your hero, you can name them, and you just keep ticking these boxes, and you get extra abilities, which I think is a great idea. Simple little campaign. Oh wow! This is practically what you're going to be getting in one deck dungeon. A whole bunch of cards, which comes with the bosses, along with the dungeon. You just pick one and off you go. A whole bunch of dice. I'm dropping them on the floor as well. Good bunch of heroes, which is 5 of them, which is great. The turn reference, which needs to be out. Get the campaign sheets. The rule book, you can't forget about the rule book, although it is quite simple to play. Cubes for your health, damage and potions, all in one little box. I think it's pretty good. In fact, I'd say that the 2-player version is better than the 1-player version, because you really are working together, and it is quite fun, and it can be quite quick. It says on the box right there 30 minutes. All depends. For setting up, it doesn't take that long really. It's all about just shuffling the entire deck and making sure you have a dungeon to go with it. Oh, it's just all that could take between 5 minutes really, because you've got to find your dice, you've got to place your dice here, you've got to place your dice there, the black dice as well. And yeah, after that it could be about 20 minutes if you're going to lose, or it could take about maybe a good 50 minutes really. I'd say maximum time could be about 50 minutes to an hour, especially when you have 2 player, because you're saying it's like, oh, I think we should actually deal with this door instead of that door. A really great idea on this game is that when you open a door and you've realised it's something like this, you don't actually have to fight it straight away. You could actually run away, and what happens is, as this stays open, ready to be for later on. I love that idea. I love that idea. I know it's kind of a quick review, but it's kind of a quick game. I haven't quite explained every single rules, but I've just given you the basics, the very, very basics that is. And I really do think it's a quick, simple game to play. Right now on this video there is a Kickstarter for the expansion, the Forest of Shadows, as well as the 1.5 version of this game as well. So I would recommend checking that out if you're interested in short games that you just happily to pick up lots of dice and start throwing them about. So what would I rate this game? I would rate this one as the campaign mode is nice, however I think it's just a little bit too, well, you're only facing like 5 different bosses. I think when the other expansion comes out, or more expansions come out, I think campaigns would be much better. But I think as a little like add-on kind of thing, it's a nice little bonus. I would like to give this one a 6.5 out of 10. I do like it. I do think it's a fun game. I'm just going to be waiting for the 1.5 version and the expansion. I think that will make the game much better, and I'll raise the rating much higher, because if you have an expansion you've got much more replayability. Otherwise you're just facing the 5 same dungeons and bosses again and again, which isn't really a lot. But hey ho, that's just me. Thank you very much. Until next time, bye.